Okay, so my name is Basketball Coach Allen. I have been training players for over 15 years. I've been coaching for over 15 years as well. And today I'm going to be talking to you about the muscles that you need as a basketball player to improve. Now, obviously, you're going to be seeing videos play behind me or beside me, and that is mostly of David or some of his teammates who are working out from various different age groups that David was at. And David has been working out since he was 12 years old. So if you are a young player, you can work out from a very young age as well. Now, when you're talking about your body in general and what you need to improve strength-wise to be a better basketball player, well, you technically need to improve your whole entire body, including the muscle groups that are mostly overlooked by most trainers or even most players. So, for example, your shoulders are massively important, especially when you start getting into the older age groups. You're going to find that in older age groups, the referees are going to call less fouls because, in general, your team or the other team is playing more aggressive, which means that they can't call every little small ticky-tack foul that happens. So, your shoulders, your upper back, your shoulders, your arms, biceps even, and triceps, they're all going to be able to fight through the contact and still finish. I coach at the prep high school level, and there's a lot of times where referees will not see because the plays move so fast that an entire hand is on your arm trying to stop you from going up into that layup. And you still need to be able to finish that layup. You can't just say, oh, I got fouled, even though the referee never called it. You can't complain. You can't just sit there and say, Coach, I'm getting fouled out there. That's why I'm missing my layups. No, that's your problem. You have to still finish them, whether you're getting fouled or not. You can't just be like, oh, I got fouled. So you need to be able to work on your shoulders. That's lat raises. That's shoulder press. That's even chest press, if it's with a dumbbell or with a bench press. You need to be able to work on your upper body. That's what is going to allow you to get through that contact. Now, going to your core, this is a multifaceted, most of your core is not just your abs. I'll put it that way. So you may say, oh, well, I need to get a 6-pack or an 8-pack or whatever you're genetically able to get. And you may look at that and say, okay, well, I need a 6-pack or whatever it is. And that's not just what you need. So obviously you need to have strong abs. Your abs are in different, you've got different areas of abs. You've got your lower abs. You've got your upper abs, and you can train these in different ways. Your core is what gives you stability, your ability to change from your right to left hand on a layup. Your ability to still absorb and give and take contact is all your core. While, yes, it is your upper body too, your core is a lot of stabilization. And when you start looking at your core, it's also your lower back as well. Your lower back extensions, technically your glutes in a way as well as technically your core because it connects to your lower back. This is my own opinion when it comes to your glutes, but when it comes to your core, there's a lot of different parts to it. There's your side abs where you need to be able to work on the side of your abs so that you can still change directions and move and get that shot up or whatever it may be. And then you have to go into your hips. And while some trainers may say hips are part of your core, they technically sort of are because they all kind of connect, but at the same time, your hips are very important for explosiveness, trying to get up. Your hips are what a lot of players tend to overlook and not actually work on. There's a very interesting story that I read a long time ago about Vince Carter where a lot of his power, a lot of the things that he did was the stuff that everyone else overlooked, whether it's the lower back or his hip strength. By working on his hip strength, he's one of the best dunkers of all time in the NBA. Obviously, there's other things that he worked on, but he really focused on his hips. So we can take that as a case study and say, well, maybe I should also work on my hip strength. And then you get into your legs. And this is even more difficult to answer because now you're looking at, okay, well, I want to be fast. I want to be explosive. I want to be injury resistant. And those are 3 different workouts all in one. So to be stronger, you need to lift weight. I personally am not a fan of resistance bands. I like them in certain situations. I think that they can be fun. They can be great. But if you're looking to build actual real strength, you need metal. You need to lift heavy shit. And when it comes down to that, you need to get dumbbells, heavy dumbbells. Maybe if you're younger, you're only using 10, maybe 20-pound dumbbells. But when you are older, let's say 15 like David is now, he's doing squat jumps with 40, 50-pound dumbbells in either hand. You need to have that strength, that power to be able to get your body up into the air. But at the same time, you still need to be fast. So depth jumps without any weights, or potentially having the dumbbell in your hand and dropping into a lunge and then jumping back up, is another fantastic exercise that you can do. Because you have to remember that being able to jump high is not just all about power. It's about being able to stop fast and then explode. Because that's essentially what you're doing. It's transition of energy. You're transitioning from going in a horizontal pattern to a vertical pattern. You need to be able to have the muscle to be able to stop and slow down and then accelerate your body up into the air. And that's a different kind of workout again. You're looking at more isometrics. You're looking at more depth jumps. So that is just a few of the things that you can do with your legs. You need plyometrics. That's what's going to make you springy. You need power workouts where you're jumping with heavy weights because that's going to develop power to get up into the air. There's so much that you need to be able to do. And also there's injury prevention. You want your ankles and your knees to be strong. So you need to go on a Bosu ball and maybe do a lunge on a Bosu ball to be able to work your foot so it's not able to be jittery like this on the ball. And as soon as you get strong enough, you can plant your toes down into that Bosu ball, you're doing even better. So really, in general, a basketball player needs to have a full body strength, but each part of their body does something different. And if you miss out on a body part, you're either going to get injured or you're going to be missing out on a massive part of the game, what needs to have the strength in whatever part of the body that you're not working. A lot of players will actually neglect their core. A lot of players will neglect their hips. A lot of players will neglect their shoulders because they think, I don't want to have a heavy upper body because I want to jump. Well, there's momentum muscles. If you're going up into a jump, you're using your shoulders to propel yourself up. This is also very important to be able to get yourself up. I hope that this video has helped you. I've been posting up books and, of course, workouts that you should be checking out if you're a player throughout this video. Definitely go check them out down in the description below. And I will see you guys again in my next video. Hit that like button and subscribe.